Hey guys, I'm back. We're going to go ahead and do a reading and check out a couple other angles of the Idaho murders. I got an email tonight, which was pretty interesting. I'll keep that, to myself. If you guys ever email me, you could go to my About to Find It. I do read them and listen to, what people have to say. I know, it's, the most important thing is if people can figure out who did it, right? That's the main thing. But we just kind of looking at this. We've kind of looked at, a few different angles. I know some compelling things we're kind of coming up with the hoodie guy, but I don't want to stop there necessarily because I know cops technically do eliminate. Maybe they know something. Maybe it's just, maybe Spirit's trying to say something else. I always got to be open to that. Okay, but that is a very interesting thing. Okay, at the grub truck. But Spirit's like, no, maybe we should look at some other angles. I want to look at some things that you guys have kind of sent me over time. Some areas that you wanted me to look. One of them is the other Jack. Obviously, the former boyfriend, Jack DeCur. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. The one, obviously, there is issue with the dog. Now, we know through reading the dog message. Okay, dog. Okay, comes up a lot. And even the one card, let me see if I can find it for those, maybe if you haven't seen all the videos. Some of you have. I know probably most have not, maybe popped up on one or two, and everything. But there he is. He's at the top. There he is. The dog was in read one. Now this one, the first read, I kind of keep it to myself. I kind of sat with it. What the hell, dog? It's because the meaning in the Lenormand is very bizarre. Man's best friend. Now, when I do the one read where I talk about look at dog in house, I believe is the read. I kind of examined the skin dog that looks so much like that. Okay, the one dog. I wasn't his name Buddy, I think. Looks almost like that except the ears. The ears were kind of perked up where this one has those long ears. But, that I actually was very surprised, at least message-wise, it was making me feel maybe another person than the one who went in the house. And I know a lot of people would think it's connected. You would think Spirit saying it's connected, showing this. But no, it felt a younger energy, a different kind. They're weirdos all over the place. Okay, guys, let's just face it. Okay, but, and if anything, when I was doing that read, I kind of felt whoever went in there likes dogs. Dog's man's best friend. Dogs are loyal, unlike those bees. That's kind of felt, women aren't loyal, but dogs are. Whatever reason left the dog. Now, as the, Kaylee and this other Jack have a dog in common, apparently this was supposed to be a shared dog, like a child. Okay? There's that whole thing, having this whole dog energy connection, and then kind of finding that out. Murphy, is known. There's been a whole lot of talk and speculation about the dog. For example, why is the dog not harmed? And, like I said, I feel just because somebody's a killer doesn't mean they'll kill a dog. Maybe they like dogs and they don't like, women or something. Another thing, most of us readers and even profilers, the majority of people feel Kaylee was a target. When I do my target read, it's maybe 8 minutes or less. That was the message, and it's very strong that she was the target. Okay, and then later it came to surface, she suffered the worst. Okay, now we don't know exactly what that means, but we kind of get the idea. Okay, the father has hinted on some things, but it was coming through in that message. That's the one to make suffer. Okay, for whatever reason. That's the way it felt. Now, there's some things there, some points. I was watching somebody, God, I've seen so many videos at this point, guys. Just kind of trying to really listen. I mean, it really doesn't matter. You can say, well, readers, maybe you shouldn't look. It's like, well, it doesn't matter because technically nobody knows who did it right. So we might as well. It's not gonna do anything. But it's still, information. But somebody made a point, and now I forgot the point. When I babble. Hold on, guys. Let me get the train of thought. I'm having a little cup of coffee to get going here. Somebody made, what was it? Made a point. Well, one thing we know, definitely, if it was a boyfriend, they definitely know the layout. Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Forgive me. I do this all the time, guys. Sometimes it comes with the territory being a reader. You go in different directions, and then once you focus, you're good, right? But she had, Kaylee had apparently moved out. She returned to kind of visit Maddie. So there is a feel there. If anybody Now, say it's boyfriend or not boyfriend or whatever, some stalker or some weirdo, whatever. I easily could probably follow her Instagram, whether friend or not, and find out, oh, she's in town. But pretty much, people surrounding, people that know, the sororities, the inner circles, that, or maybe standing outside the circle, would be like, oh, she is in town. And then, of course, she would, she's going to do the walk for graduation. She was supposed to. Might be like, oh, I've always wanted, this is my thing. That's the night, right? Okay, so that could make sense that if she's going to be gone, it'll never be able to happen. That's the night, right? Okay, to act. So we could kind of step back. That would make sense. Okay, that because she's not living there. She's technically moved out. She was sharing a bed with Maddie. There was that whole thing, and I think she might have still had some other stuff she had to take with, maybe. However that is, I don't know the whole thing. We don't know the entirety of the story. We've got a few little breadcrumbs and a lot of rumors to sift through, which is tough. Okay, there's also a little rumor there was like a white car at Jack's, and then there's this whole new video with Adam. I'm talking about an Adam who apparently is Jack's roommate. I told him everything. Most of you have seen that video. You don't need me to pull it up and show you, right? You've got it. So there's that new thing, and apparently walking with the hoodie guy. The hoodie guy is kind of trailing along with them. So nobody knows exactly what that means, but it looks like the dad said he's known about the video for quite some time. So he doesn't seem to be too alarmed, with it. Maybe they've talked to the Bart. I'm sure they've talked to Adam. They have to have. Okay, what were they talking about? Whatever it may be. So. But, I know there's all kinds of compelling kind of theories. I do want to, give me a moment, I do want to glean something, if I can, oh my God, where is it? Something I want to kind of look at. But I know some of you have been asking, hey, can we just throw down cards and just kind of look, see what Spirit says, right? Sure. Cards may eliminate. I say, no, Jack, boyfriend, he really wasn't answering the phone. But we would also be one keen aware for those who maybe are suspecting, because very often, right, it's a boyfriend, right? It's we know very often it can be, though this is not an ordinary case. I do want to answer, though, I know some people consider serial killer. I'm going to show you why I doubt that highly. Okay, with tarot in one moment. Just give me a moment too. I just want to look at something that someone sent me. I do keep these private though. I'm not going to read out loud. I just want to kind of look. But I know they're Ducour. They are kind of, somebody sent me a thing. They're kind of looking at Ducour. It looks like, and I know everybody has their kind of, info and things. But maybe this was somebody who parents want him to excel. He does this whole tennis thing, and apparently the parents are alumni, so they got some high, respected, and everything, the Idaho. And I know sometimes that parental pressure can make kids, what they are, just like think of Trump, pressure, those kids, oh Lord, okay, that kind of thing. And, there are those that said he could be possessive, and, she's obviously very beautiful. I could see people, men could get jealous, that's what, it certainly can. It does happen, people have to go through their insecurities and stuff, and obviously the new, release, with Adam in their talk of, telling Adam everything, what if it's something negative and takes someone off, right? Sure. So we're going to be open. We're going to kind of take a look-see. And I know there was the other thing, even though dad, sister have really supported Jack, there's a couple things there. One, the body language at the celebration of life kind of thing, when the mom is hugging Jack, the dad kind of looks over and he's just, maybe he was just, hey, this guy didn't answer the phone, he's having a hard time, right? Whatever it is. Some people got some weird body vibe language from that, okay? So there are some things, but yes, obviously, if her and Maddie are, hammering that phone, somebody would know that they're home, right? So that is one thing. So we're just but I'm just being open. I'm trying to be very careful, just kind of look at some things. Wow, that's compelling, and stuff, but just kind of see what, tarot says, and we know pretty much, like I said, the hoodie guy, most people say Showalter, but let's just say hoodie guy. Okay, just in case, right? kind of lost, he went the other direction. It looks like they turned the corner, probably got in an Uber is what it looks like. According to the other guy, Joe, got in an Uber. He's not sure what color car. There's so many suspects. This is one of the craziest cases I've ever seen in my life. It's frustrating though, because they're young people, okay? Beautiful young people, prime of their life, should be going out enjoying life right now. Okay, it's very upsetting. Let's always remember the real people. I know it sometimes can be hard. People can become desensitized. Maybe to a level, sometimes humans have to slightly so they don't, go completely insane with sadness. But let's remember that, okay? So, I want to be open. We're going to throw cards down. I'm going to do a second read, though. Okay, I don't know a whole lot about this whole 4chan thing. I did see the post. Somebody put them on a video and I read it, and it looks like a lot of weird babble, but I know some people are like, what if there is a frat conspiracy over on the Ethan and Xana place? That energy. I will go ahead and do a second layout just to kind of look. Okay, just to throw it out there as, an option. Though I've been feeling, and the majority of us, even though it almost would be hard to conceive that this is one person. Now, I know there is the Jack guy. He is athletic, but he looks kind of a smaller type of fellow. But I do know one thing. Rage can make people do crazy things. Okay, I am always open to that. No matter what, big, little, whatever. Like, I know I'm dealing with a different animal, but Bruce Lee was not a big guy. He was maybe at times 135 to 150, in weight. He was short, he was about 5'7", 5'8", maybe, something like that. He was not a big guy. Now, I know that somebody is very athletic. Okay, so we don't even, he's bigger than life, but he's small, but he's incredibly powerful, right? So really, size doesn't matter. And Bruce Lee knew that. Okay, somebody can be small, but if they're very strong and they're very athletic and they work out a lot, maybe they do martial arts. There's all kinds of ways, okay? But filled with rage, okay? And obviously if they have a weapon in hand and they catch people off guard, somebody can be very powerful. So never underestimate somebody just because of their size. We've heard stories of the mother who lifts the car off of the child because... We've heard those filled with adrenaline and all kinds of things. That's part of self-preservation. That's part of the species. So you could protect your children, right? Women have something in them that's very powerful. Is what it is. But yes, I do want to say, even though there's been some, the family stands by, Lacey Peterson at first, her family stood by Scott Peterson in the beginning. Okay, and then when the affair came out and various things, well, we know that changed. Okay, we're dealing with a very, crazy thing here. So let's go ahead and get to it. I'm just going to put down cards. Now, let's go ahead for, I want to be open. I've had a few decks working. Actually, I think I'm going to save Everyday Enchantment for the frat situation. I'm going to save that. I may actually go to my new Crow Oracle because it's Crow season, long story. That's what I call it. Okay, we're going to do this. I know Thoth is always, and I know some people are like, oh, yay. I say, what's it be? My Thoth readers sometimes are like, oh, yay, I'm so glad you used Thoth. Because they know, and I can't find Baby Thoth. Oh, there it is. I'm going to do Baby Thoth. Big Thoth is good. Well, let me throw down Big Thoth as an option as well. You never know. Spirit may want Big Thoth. It's just, it's easier to spread. But we could also see even a similar, like, say with, if the character is a character, I shouldn't say a person is. I'm saying character because Hoodie, we don't, we have not been 100% confirmed. Though most people are pretty sure from sightings that people have confirmed Jack Showalter is the Hoodie guy. So forgive me for saying character, but it just because not confirmed. Okay, but we've got the other Jack Duker and that says very similar. Families. That if something like this happens, certainly would not want something, come out, oh my God, the son, it destroys the family. It's all the same story, right? Technically between the two Jacks. And I can't believe how many Jacks and J names are in here that it's crazy. So I know some psychics, when they were feeling a J name, oh Lord, that opens a can of worms. There's so many of them. But let's take another angle. Let's shift This is one of those cases. Normally, there's not this many suspects, guys. And that is crazy. But I do want to, because I have yet to really sit there. Now that I'm feeling a wee bit better, I do want to shift. And I don't know, depending on how long we spend in Jack, I may do a separate video for Ethan and Xana. Maybe I'll devote to keep the energy confined. Let me think on that. Let me see how this one goes. This could go quick or slow. I never know what I'm going to get. Slow, slow, quick, quick, slow. I do not know. Okay. Actually, I think I'm going to go to my other pendulum. This is, unless it's not found. Hold on one second. I have a very mysterious pendulum. Give me a moment. Move the coffee. It depends. Yeah, this one, maybe it doesn't want to be used. Hold on one second. Okay, yeah, I have, oh, who knows, maybe I did put it away. It's a really good pendulum, though. Hold on one second. Is it up at, give me a moment, guys. No, there it is. Nope, it's there. It's sitting there. Let's do it. Let's actually get the candle going for this one. Oh, before I do this, just for funny, one funny and two word to the wise. Okay, I did delete the comment and kick the person off, but on my video where I had the flu really bad, I was struggling and I was coughing. I let you guys know, I'm really sorry. I've got the flu. I'm recovering. I even have a little comment. Well, somebody made kind of a rude comment about me. That's so gross. Yeah, would you stop sniffling and coughing? And I clearly say in the video I have the flu, but I'm still reading right. Okay, you may not know what's all on that table, guys, but let me just give a word to the wise. And no, I'm not saying I did anything. I guess I'm just, when it comes to, say somebody's on YouTube or they're a reader, they're probably dealing with some kind of magical world that we don't know. It is not wise to make rude comments on magical people's YouTubes. Let me just tell you, you don't know what sits on that table. You don't know what all I got going on. Okay, I got Kaylee, I got Shiva, I got all kinds of stuff, okay? And so there's a lot of light, but there's a lot of other stuff, okay? So, I'm just humor me here. I guess I'm not a stupid person, but if I go and I watch, other readers or things, you never know what they're working with, what their path is, and they could be a very nice person, they see a rude comment, and they could also be having a bad day, and yeah, let me send a little something to that person. You know what I'm saying? So just word to the wise. And I'm not saying I did, but I'm not saying that one of those didn't. Don't make rude comments to magical people on YouTube. Okay, you never know. I have known people that are amazing. Okay, I remember I was talking to this one guy, and I had a book open. It was my Osho Zen book, and I had it open to the card Existence. I was just reading it because the Osho Zen book is really, really good for interpreting cards. And I just had it open to the card Existence, which is technically the Magician. I was just in there, and it's one of my magical friends. Okay, and I was just saying something, and I'm just sitting there, and then I look at the response, and he says, Existence is quite interesting. I hadn't said anything about what I had. It was just sitting right next to me. And that's what he said. Okay, so obviously he could remote view or read minds or something. He could see what I was seeing. Don't mess with magical people, guys. You never know. You could be dealing with somebody, they just, whatever. And you never know what they're capable of. They could show up in your dreams. They could... Don't mess with magical people. See, that I guess I'm just a smart person. I don't make comments. I'm not going to start anything with magical people on YouTube. Okay? Be careful. You never know what someone's capable of. All right. With that said, let's go. Just wanted to toss that in. I don't know. I was just like, that's really dumb. You just don't know. You don't know. All of a sudden, you're giving somebody a hard time about coughing and the flu, and all of a sudden you get sick. Don't mess with magical people. I will connect the higher self, which is connect to the source. Am I connected? Show me yes. Show me no. Show me maybe. Which deck do you want to use for Jack to Kerr? You want to go to Big Thoth. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. We're going to go ahead and check and see, is there anything? So one of the things you want to focus on, and guys, don't be afraid of me. I swear I'm a nice person. I just give warning. I just give warning because people do not know. Okay, you don't know the people and what they're capable of. You don't know. Okay, you don't know who's a good witch or a bad witch. You don't know. Don't mess with magical people. Okay, so we're going to focus on Jack to Curb. We're going to focus on the energies, especially of that night. We're going to go ahead and try to tell the tale the best of the ability. Is there anything we need to look at here? Okay, automatically, completion. We know the relationship ended. Death. Okay, so we already see that at the bottom. Always pay attention to the bottom of my cards, guys. Okay, now I'm not sure if anybody does know the birthday of Jack to Curb. If you, by chance, happen to know, you're welcome to send me an email or put in the comments. You know, I can look at a chart, not a problem. But yes, at completion is showing not only did she graduate, sometimes I can see this for graduation. It looks like they had completed a cycle in the relationship, but we do see completion and death is at the bottom there. What is going on? We know something happened in the house. Okay, 10 of Cups. Always pay attention. Change, definitely. That completion card is sticking at the bottom. We were about to graduate. We went out for a night of partying with the 3 of Cups. Yes, a celebration and everything. Who has to gain anything by going in there and doing something? 5 Cups. Okay, so we do know the 3 girls were taken. We know 2 survivors are there. There is 1 young male in there as well. And let's see, 8 of Swords. Somebody, they want to put him in jail. Absolutely. Somebody was angry. Still feeling 1, but you never know. Okay, so we got the 9 of Wands, energy, strength popping up there. So some kind of, maybe they were blocking someone. We know the 5 of Swords battle occurred, but there is hope to be able to find the killer and stuff. 5 of Swords, we got 4 down. 1 stands very proud in there. I'm still feeling 1, 1, 1. Okay, and let's kind of go ahead and feel where are we at. That defeat card, I know, change. Everything happened, changed very fast, especially for the little town of Moscow. We got that Prudes card there, though. Prudes, and everything. So we want to feel the happiness, joy. Kaylee was a target. That is the 3 of Swords. Has been her card. Please check the one video that I have for that. It's very difficult to watch, but it really confirmed that Kaylee is a target. I don't think I'm going to change my mind on that one. And we know death and battle. Yes, always pay attention to the bottom of the cards when I'm shuffling, guys. Thoth is a very powerful deck. Almost there. And please don't give me a grief if I shuffle for a while. It is up to Spirit when I stop, not you. Will the cops be victorious in catching the killer? I sure hope so. Okay. Now let's go ahead and cut the deck. Spirit wants me to cut it again. Hold on. Close eyes, Spirit says, and do it. Okay, there we go. So we're going to look at the relationship. I'm going to give it another tap with the selenite. I want to get it good. Okay, Jack and Kaylee, I'm going to focus especially on the night. We're going to look a little in past. So this row here is going to be some past energy. I need to look at that as well. Not only that night, we may even need to go a wee bit beyond, and then certain things that kind of happened, what the outcome was. The very first card, let's go ahead and look at it. So we got the Hermit. Okay, now the Hermit energy, we know that. I've talked about that, popped up. If anybody knows if he could by chance be Virgo energy, I would be very curious, okay? So, but one of the things, we know the killer, I was feeling some Hermit energy, maybe alone. Now, I'm not sure if he is in a fraternity or not. Maybe you guys could let me know. I'm definitely getting some solo energy here, no matter what. Isolated, alone. I know a breakup, somebody could feel that way, but let's kind of go ahead. Would they be able to go on, find love? What's going on? What's the opposing card to this Hermit energy? What do we got? 6 of Cups, past nostalgia, good times, you know, and everything. Probably, I believe they've been going out, was it about 5 years or something? So this is kind of going into those younger years. You guys are going to have to let me know. I'm not sure. Maybe we'll go ahead and look at articles later. I believe it had been some time. But we can see past nostalgia, younger, you know, it should have been some good times, energy that they had. That's probably what kind of happened. Maybe why she, you know, kind of starts calling on the phone there and maybe dials. I believe some people have said there might have been one thing. Hey, we have a dog in common. That's all I really know about. Maybe any voicemails. A lot has been hush hush. I could kind of see, you know, maybe I want to talk. I'm in town, and you know, there's something there. Who knows? Who knows why? But for some reason, there are several calls. As a matter of fact, let me just toss. Wasn't it about 7 calls? I don't know if the dice will confirm. Let's go ahead and check it out. Give me a moment here. Moon was in Cancer that night. We know that. I've got a number 1, and I've also got a Gemini. Moon in Cancer. Like I said, I'd really like to know this guy's sign. If anybody knows, let me know. Number 1, I'm still feeling one perpetrator. Gemini. She is Gemini, and so is Maddie. Let's throw a couple more down. What do we got there? Number 1 again. Okay, I'm sticking with that. Got a little Aquarian energy popping up in there as well. Okay, so maybe I could see Aquarius energy. Spirit is adamant. It is one person that does it. Let's go ahead and keep looking here. One moment. But I know the moon's in Cancer. Could get a little emotional. Let's see what's going on. What do we got hidden? Okay, so we got that victory card. Okay, now one of the things I could go, I know we would say victory, victory. This can be a return home successfully kind of card. Now, I want you to kind of bear with me here. Okay, one of the things, you know, is Kaylee. She apparently moved out. Did she go to Texas or something? Please enlighten me, guys. I'm going to have to wake up. I don't know this whole angle. But she kind of goes off. But then she kind of returns from a journey. That is really, a lot of times, if I'm going to strip aside this victory energy, what the card will be about. Let me go ahead and return to Moscow. I'm going to hang out with Maddie. I've graduated. It's kind of like a little bit of a homecoming back to the college town. She's technically moved out. She's got a Range Rover. She's coming back. She's showing off a little bit. She's very proud of her stuff, right? You know, and I don't mean that no offense. Hey, I would show off a Range Rover too. You get me that present? I'm about to graduate. I'm feeling good. You know, let's go out and party. So six of Wands, sorry, I'm about to say Pentacles. 6 of Wands could definitely mean that. Could be a very positive, kind of coming back triumphant. I'm real happy. A lot of things going on for myself. I've accomplished a lot. Kind of the cheers, friends probably saying, hi, oh, great, good to see you. 6 of Wands could be that energy. Often shows a male. It is not limited to that. Okay, so we got that. So, you know, we've got that kind of hidden energy. Now, maybe if somebody else is, oh, she's in town, certain things like that. Maybe, oh, look at her showing off, or her, okay, could be that energy too. Maybe, you know, we're pretty much feeling a male here. I'm just not feeling a female. I know some people have felt maybe the roommates. Watch my roommate video. I'm pretty much feeling they're innocent. As a matter of fact, I know there's these weird things with mass. So far, I'm not feeling the roommates involved. They had the sun in that read. Okay, I know it does seem weird, but, you know, okay. Let's kind of go and see completion. There it is. Not only she complete a cycle, graduation. This I can see for people who graduate at times. She also closed a chapter of a relationship. But notice it's not necessarily death. In a sense, we'll never talk again. It doesn't necessarily give me that energy. Hey, they got a dog in common. This is Venus in Aries. It is a Venus card. There's still, you know, could be some passion and things like that. So a lot of fire energy kind of sitting in here. So we could kind of see that, you know, I'm graduating, close a chapter. But it doesn't necessarily mean death in the sense that she was going to, you know, never speak to, hey, let's be friends. It doesn't feel like a horrible ending to me necessarily. Let's go ahead and see what's overlaps. And so this is kind of some energy we've got there. But we got that 10 of Wands and everything kind of putting in there, kind of like that oppression. It makes me feel probably Jack is probably feeling, you know, pretty heavy on this, pretty heavy burden on this, you know, relationship. What is all the burden that he feels maybe he's carrying and so forth, you know, and maybe she's carrying a little burdens things too, weighing down. I miss him, you know. We could have some of that as well, you know, but sometimes that burden, I need to let go. I need to release some things. You know, maybe somebody can't let go. For example, when I do relationship reads, if somebody's just got, they're carrying heavy burden, or maybe they feel like they were the one carrying the relationship, and maybe Kaylee did feel like maybe she had to carry it in various ways. Who knows which one may have felt that. For whatever reason, though, very often the message when I get the 10 of Wands is you're carrying too much of this. It's time to release it, let go. Okay, which a lot of times people don't want to do that necessarily to a breakup situation, connection. I've done a lot of relationship reads. I'm kind of doing one right now. Okay, so we'll kind of look at that. So remember, we've got this kind of energy. You know, we've got somebody's alone. Okay, we have past good times, maybe looking on it. Now, 6 of Cups can be looking at, you know, good times, good memories. She's kind of returning from a journey. She kind of left, you know, the college town, but she's come back. Very often the 6 of Wands is a kind of, can be a return kind of from a little bit of a journey. There is success, very good things, very things to be proud of, lots of cheers, you know, friends and everything. Completion, graduation, absolutely ready to go on a new phase and stuff, but also a completion of a relationship. Oppression, who's feeling oppressed? Could it be both of them kind of weighed down? Do they both need to let go, but they're having a hard time? All right, now we're going to go into some past energy. What was the nature of this? I want to kind of look at this. I want to go right now at the moment. Let's go a little further back beyond that night. What can we look at with this? Okay, we got the lust card that's popping up in there. Let's kind of go ahead and see. So definitely, obviously she's attractive. There's probably sexual energy there, not to try to get in their business. Okay, but we can kind of see there. Okay, Ten of Cups, we got that. I would probably say let's go ahead and shift. I'm going further back. Maybe there was talk, dreams, hey, marriage, children. That would be great. We could go on. We love each other. Happy life. And obviously there is attraction. I know she's an attractive person and all that stuff. What do we got? We got that devil energy there that is popping up in there. So this makes you feel there's some toxic energy kind of going on, with the two lovers there. Don't always necessarily look at evil. Oh my God, the devil. It's not always that simple. But maybe some toxic things, certain kind of addictions. Now, I did see some brief snip somebody posted on a vid. I'm going to have to hearsay. But I think there was something... I don't know. It was somewhere on an Instagram. Maybe there was something, some kind of sexual thing, and that somebody was. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to be showing photos or it's a book or something. I don't know what it was, or a movie and stuff. And I guess the Jack Tucker said, message me, hit me up, or something like that. So this doesn't feel like somebody. This is not a virgin. Okay, let's put it that way. He's not a virgin. Okay, he's not a saint here. And it's just kind of what I think. When it comes to stuff. A lot of young men are. Let's face it. So probably falling in temptation, but could there be jealousy? Could there be stuff going on with there? But sometimes the devil simply can be kind of falling into temptation, a little bit of lust. We got a lust card there. They were young, active kids. Okay, let's just put it that way. Not trying to get in people's business, but there's a lot of that too, which obviously can have bond and stuff like that. But lots of heavy attraction, probably maybe a little toxicity, some arguments happen. People argue and stuff. So far, I'm not necessarily getting abuse. Okay, so let's kind of go ahead and look. What else do we got though? But still, a little devil energy. Could that break up? I don't like this. Somebody get upset. Well, let's kind of go ahead and look at that. But you know what? The Chariot energy, she's moving on. She wants to move forward successfully. Somewhere in there, that's kind of the talk and everything. And then the, kind of Four of Cups and everything, could be very often the man, things not turned out the way they hoped. Maybe that's the one he wanted. Everybody, a lot of times guys are going to have a one. There's going to be a one. Okay, in their life, and it's not easy and stuff. Now, it also, if I shifted, was he ignoring the phone and there's regrets? It could be that too, but that could be kind of ignoring. Maybe other people aren't working out, it's just not feeling the same, that kind of thing. So this is a little past energy, but obviously there's a lot of attraction. Okay, probably maybe a little toxicity popped up in there. We could have some challenges. I'm not necessarily getting an abusive kind of energy here, at least at the moment. Could there be maybe some manipulation kind of energy, things like that? Possibly. But no matter what, she wants to move on successfully. There's a lot of let's close a chapter, but it doesn't feel like a death. I never want to speak to you again necessarily. I'm not necessarily getting that energy. What is it? The Crown. Now we're going to go ahead and shift. We're still looking at this connection. If there's anything to be concerned about. Now we get the Three of Pentacles. Okay, now there's been talk, sorority kind of energy and stuff like that. This is, or excuse me, fraternity, or we could even say both fraternity and sorority. It looks like they're kind of both a part of things as well. Let's kind of go ahead and just sit with that for a minute. Okay, but we've also got this Hermit energy. Now, I don't know if he is out of a fraternity. If anybody by chance knows that, please let me know. I'm going to probably have to further investigate that. But if, maybe was in and it is out, that would be very interesting because I was feeling there could be some things with that. So far, I'm not getting alarm bells just yet. Let me kind of go ahead and look. Okay, so we've got the Five of Pentacles energy there that's popping up. Five of Pentacles, there is that kind of worried card. Now, I know this has been kind of Xana card energy, especially from the target read. We've got that. So we've got 5. We know there's one person, okay, one killer, or at least it's looking like Spirit rolled 1 twice. Really trying to affirm that, okay? Okay, one person, and then 4 down. We do know that. Was there any kind of worry or feeling or weirdness beforehand, though? Okay, I wonder, if Xana, out of all of them, maybe is the more psychic sensitive than the others. Okay, so let's kind of look at that. Now, were they calling because they're feeling something though? There's some weird things there. Let me kind of go and look. What else do we got? Okay, Seven of Wands. Now, this has been also Ethan's card here. Seven of Wands, stand up, stand ground. I notice they're side by side. When I've done these, this is one of his cards. Now, it's also sometimes been the killer. Maybe got offended. But I'm feeling more Ethan energy here. Okay? Which makes me feel no matter what. I know I'm looking at Jack, but Spirit's just talking about that second floor heading to the third. A lot of people, and let me kind of go ahead and look at it. I just want to just see. A lot of people feel Ethan and Xana were first, then the girls. Okay, first I'm going to go ahead and look at Ethan and Xana. And the girls. Let me just sit with something here. 6, 3. Yes, that would be correct. 6 in the room, 3 in the room. 4, 6. 6 people in the house. We know that. Number 6. It is a 6. It says 9 to me, but the dot is at the bottom. Okay, we know that. 3. Then there were 3. The 2 people that survive, and the 1 also, there is that. Okay, let me just kind of sit there. Hold on one sec. That Jebby and that Cancer Moon. I am almost positive that Xana and Ethan were probably the first. It's hard to say, but let me sit with that. I'm not 100% on that, because could they have gone to the third and then trying to get out and then they heard something? Okay, let's go and see. No matter what though, this has kind of been Xana energy. I swear I think this one had more psychic sense. Ethan trying to, he's the guy. Okay. Let's kind of look at just focusing on Jack, the boyfriend. Feelings, attitudes, emotions. Where's he at that? Especially that night. What's going on? Is he asleep? Is he... Knight of Pentacles can very often be my woman who is single. She's got that self-love, that self-confidence, that sense of self-worth. I know it said gain, but I'm going to focus that this energy is Kaylee, where she's kind of at. She's single, self-love, self-confidence, sense of self-worth, living her best life, right? Okay, I'm going in his feelings, attitudes, emotions. Okay, so she felt pretty good about who she was, and everything. Let's kind of go and see what we got there. Now, the Wheel of Fortune has been Maddie's card. From if you look at the target energy, but also even if I just sit with that, I could say that, but also, she's going on, she's Wheel of Fortune, she's going really good. Okay, maybe he wishes good things for her, maybe he wishes her the best of luck. Maybe we could sit with that. Okay, I do have the Prince of Cups. This seems to be his kind of energy. There is, that love, emotion. I know it's Scorpio night though. Let's see. Now we got a Queen of Cups popping up in there, because his mother be the Queen of Cups. Maybe. Okay, Queen of Cups pops up every read. Maybe we got a mother energy that would be protective on his end too. Let's look at one more. So then I've got a Knight of Discs. Now this is switching to another energy there. I know that could be the get out, get to work kind of energy. Let's sit with it here. But so far, we got a Queen of Cups. Very interesting. Queen of Cups is in his position. That's more making me feel mother figure. I'm feeling Kaylee is more that Nine of Pentacles energy. But I do kind of feel, she's going on, having a fortunate life. Is he wanting her to have good luck? Is he wanting the best things for her? Let's kind of sit with it. It's kind of an interesting peek. Let's look at the environment. Okay, we do have the Hierophant. Queen of Pentacles. Let me just kind of sit with that. Hierophant sometimes can be a symbol possibly of marriage. I do look at that Queen of Pentacles energy though, which is kind of interesting that it pops up in the Knight of Wands. It makes me feel some other kind of characters, as well. Let me kind of see. I know that's Capricorn energy. We're going into Capricorn season right now. Knight of Wands could potentially show a temper. Still just not necessarily feeling. But let me kind of go ahead and see. Then we got that Emperor energy. I've talked to the Emperor, not only the law, but the father. Facing the father. Has he been honest? Ooh, everything happened real fast. We know, well, we know what happened fast. Will anything change with that? One more. Hangman. Everything is just suspended, seen a different perspective. Let me just kind of sit with that. That is definitely a sacrifice energy, though. Is he a traitor? Saint or sinner? Boy, it's a hard one to answer, guys. Okay. So far in assessment, what I've got here, I'm not, at least at the moment, you know, unless a surprise, you know, there could be. I definitely feel there's definitely a lot of attraction, okay, that he has for Kaylee, definitely. You know, in looking at some of the energy, I know kind of what's kind of Xana and everything. Could he necessarily take Ian, you know, even with the knife? I know. Especially if Xana and Ethan are both getting that. Who's ever coming, right? Okay. I kind of look at that, you know, he's kind of seeing, you know, Kaylee, obviously he is acknowledging she's single now. Okay, Nine of Pentacles pretty much normally is a single woman for me. I look at the Wheel of Fortune. I know it's also been Maddie's card. That is true. Okay, she had that. That was her card. You have to look at the what do you call it, light series to see the card looks identical to Maddie standing on top of the Wheel of Fortune. It looks just like the little girl. Okay, but I can also see, you know, does he wish her the best of luck? I wish her the best of luck. I wish her love. I wish her well. It could be that as well. Okay, I'm not necessarily getting a whole lot. I mean, we could say the Nine of Wands could be a little anger energy, but I'm not, you know, did he still have hopes, maybe wanting to marry her with that Hierophant energy? You know, possibly there. Look at the Queen of Pentacles. There could also, oh, that could also be Kaylee's mom. I have not focused on Kaylee's mom. That would make sense. I don't know if she's an earth sign. He does seem close to the mom. That actually makes sense because his Queen of Cups energy, he could also have a protective mother. Boy, this is tough with the two jacks. They both seem to have that. Okay, but I do got that Nine of Discs. Did he want to just kind of get out there, work, focus on his kind of thing? I know we can be athletic. You know, we got that Nine of Wands and everything. But so far, I'm not necessarily getting a rage energy. I look at that Emperor kind of energy, you know, having to kind of face, you know, the father figure. You know, that's one thing, you know, would he have the courage to face the father figure and be able to lie in his face? That would be freaking hard. Can you imagine? I don't know if he could get past Steve. Okay, I don't know if he could. I know we've got a devil in there, but I could also see that I've done a million relationship reads. Sometimes there could be some toxic energy there. Sometimes lots of couples get the devil card, to be honest. You know, kind of cheated the lovers. Maybe she just wanted to kind of break free. There's some things he tries to control, you know, that can happen and everything. But it just looked like, you know, wanted to kind of go on there and everything. Four Cups just showing there. Could he have been ignoring those phone calls, going to sleep, you know, and stuff like that. There's that as well. I do want to let's look at a second little angle. But so far at the moment, I'm just not getting killer vibe at the moment. Just not feeling it for this guy. Let's go ahead. I'm going to look at Lenormand for a minute. Kind of just check it out. Oh. See, I think he wanted to marry her. See that ring? I think they talked about. I think that's something there. Got the lady card. That makes me feel her. You know how we kind of feel her. He still thought of her as a lady, no matter what. We do got the card Clouds. I know this has got to be confusing. He got the news of the situation. Do you got the Fox energy there? Hold on. I don't think he did it. This is the reason why. The robber mice take your treasure. Inside the house, they steal with pleasure. Hope's not forgone when the card is near. Once the mice are gone, you regain what is dear. Now, what are the things, robber mice? I know this is a murder, technically. Okay. You know, they go in the house, and you could say, really, Kaylee, you know, and even the friends, really, the treasure. Just went in and destroyed something he loved. This is somebody, it looks like he did want to marry at one time. Okay. Hope's not forgone with the card is here. Once the mice are gone, whoever the mice are, you could say he regained one thing that was dear, maybe the dog in memory of Kaylee. Okay. I'm not feeling you did it, guys. I'm just not feeling it. I would be entirely shocked. Life cloaked in darkness is hard to endure. The dog. Dog pops up in his layout. He did right next to the mice. As you know, the dog was returned to him. I really feel the robber mice take your treasure. Whoever went in there took his treasure. You could say it took her life. Okay, I'm not feeling you did it. I'm pretty damn sure this guy didn't do it. Especially that. Took his treasure. I know it's more than a robbery, but, you know, Tarot is doing the best it can. I'm not necessarily getting a killer vibe on that read. I know there's some, matter of fact, maybe he was wishing her the best, wish her luck. It looks like he saw her in a good light for the most part. I don't see her, you know, I know there is a lust card. They're young. There's some attraction there. I mean, there's obviously, okay, she's a very beautiful person. They're young people. They do what they do. You know, that's their business, but you know what I'm saying. There's definitely some stuff there. You know what, as far as, you know, having to let go, maybe it was hard for both of them to do, you know, with things like that. But so far, I feel he's clear. At least that's what I'm getting, especially that robber mice. Yeah, that kind of tells it. And then the dog is sitting right next to it. That's the one thing, you know, once they're gone, he regains something. You know, he did get the dog, his spirit saying, that's probably the only thing, you know, maybe that he has a connection with her anymore. But it looks like he wanted to marry her. This is something, you know, he wanted to do. But notice it. None of the Lenormands say he wanted to kill her. Okay. So hopefully that answers that question. I know, you know, I know very often it can be a boyfriend. I understand. So far, that's not the vibe I'm getting here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and set him to the side. I'm pretty confident that guy didn't do it. And I know, like I said, I could be fallible, I could be wrong, and stuff, but I'm just not feeling it. Okay, now, let's see, how many, yeah, I've got about 47 minutes on this. What I'm going to go ahead and do, let me see what time it is. Do I have enough time for it? Because I don't want to burn out. I'm going to go ahead and get this uploaded for you guys. I'm going to do a second layout. We're going to focus, I'm going to set everything aside, and we're going to focus on Xana and Ethan and any kind of frat conspiracy. That will be in my second read. So I'm going to upload this as it's separate, because if I go too long, I don't know if people can hang that long on a vid, but we'll go ahead and put this up. But so far, to me, I feel Jack the boyfriend is in the clear and stuff. At least that's what I got. Oh, and you know, I guess I could look at one thing. I don't know if it's possible. What could they have meant by I told him everything, Adam? Let me see if I can get any kind of idea. I'm not sure if I can. We'll see if Spirit will reveal. Let's go ahead and take a peek. I don't think I need to shuffle, but let's go ahead and let's just tap Adam. What do they mean by that conversation? We'll just throw a few cards out. Just a few real quick. Oh, I was going to answer you one question. Well, we got that once again. 9 of Pentacles, that single Kaylee. They were happy, good times. We got that Fool energy. I don't necessarily see anything mad here. This is news or communication. We got the Princess of Dis. That could be, you know, obviously they had some kind of communication. We do have the 6 of Pentacles energy. Oh, that's a hard one. 6 of Pentacles, obviously giving some kind of gift. It could technically, possibly, be, you know, maybe wanted to give someone something, obviously give information, you know, obviously I told him everything, but maybe about giving some kind of gift or something. A little bit of confusion there with the moon and everything. And we've got that Eon energy. Now that could be a resurrection energy. I'm not necessarily getting anything scandalous with the energy. I know kind of, maybe coming back. Let me just kind of look at that. And then the battle comes in the end. We know that, obviously, the battle. But before preceding the battle, we know this represents, obviously, the night, in the house. But I'm not necessarily getting anything scandalous with the Adam person. Let me just kind of look at there. I know everything changes. Everything changes. I'm not necessarily getting anything scandalous in a conversation. Maybe some about some past kind of energy, good times, they're happy. Kaylee's single in that. Something about giving something there. I'm not exactly sure the context. I know the battle comes shortly after this whole vid. We know Grub Truck, which is a really tough thing there. Okay, yep, we could step back. He was working that night. And he's innocent. There you go. We got the son innocent. Okay, so I'm glad I kind of looked at that. So it looks like as far as anything with Adam, he was working that night. 8 of Pentacles. Son, he's innocent to any kind of thing. He's not involved in any kind of scandal. It doesn't look like there. He was just doing his job. Looks like a fairly innocent conversation. I believe the dad is on. He's correct on that. He doesn't suspect anything with the Adam guy. I do notice that defeat, though. Obviously, we know that battle comes shortly after, later in the evening. Okay, we do know the hooded one, whoever is, like I said, it has not been confirmed to be a certain person. It was walking at that time. Now that far looked at like they were together at the moment. Did something change later? Grub Truck comes after. Okay, so yep, let's go ahead and stop it here, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and recharge the batteries for a moment, and then I'll go ahead and I guess I should be able to get that frat video, or I mean the one looking at Xana, Ethan, maybe what could have happened during the whole frat party. If at all possible, if Spirit has anything there. I know there's these weird 4chan posts, which is straight anonymous. Can't always trust that either. All right. Have a good one, guys.